When I was 8 years old in the 3rd grade, a lady came and demonstrated the violin and viola. In fact, she played Star Wars. And when I heard that instrument, I knew I absolutely had to play it. Well, so the homeroom teacher was to pick 12 children to be in this beginning class in Mesa, Arizona. The homeroom teacher didn't pick me. So I went to my dad and said, I have to play that instrument. Write me a note. Get me into that class. And that's where I started in the 3rd grade school string orchestra with my first teacher, Patricia Kosand, who is still now a lifelong friend. And from there, the teacher encouraged my parents to get me private lessons because I was just growing in the music. And so I did. And about a year later, I started fiddling. And that was really a lot of fun for me to start learning the old-time fiddle tunes. And by age 10, I was into my first fiddle contest, which, boy, when I won a little trophy for 10th place, that was it for me. I still have that trophy.
And that was the beginning of her professional career.
Age 13, Peter Rowland formed a new band called the Cowboy Fiddle Band with a real cowboy, Cowboy Joe Bayer. He was the singer, and we had triple fiddles, and it was all based around the music of Bob Wills, that great American songwriter. And I played with that band from about age 13 into my early 20s.
But that wasn't her only gig.
Actually, when I was 17, I had another wonderful professional opportunity. The first professional orchestra gig I had was with Red Skelton. Yeah, and then that's where a lot of the big celebrities come into Phoenix and play the conferences, and they always hire an orchestra. And a violinist in town, Jim Apperson, started hiring me for those. I auditioned for him, and I was so tickled to play all those gigs. It was just a blast. And of course, at the time, I was going to Arizona State University as a violin performance major. And due to my interest in psychology, I changed that major to music therapy. And getting my education was utmost important. I want that degree. That's something I'm working really hard for. So during that time, I was already leading my own bands, you know, going out as a trio or duo.
And it wasn't long after before she headed straight for Music City.
And within a month, I was already working with Leanne Womack and Sarah Evans and Matt King. And shortly after that, Brenda Lee was looking for a new violinist. And it was just blessing after blessing. So I've been on tour with a lot of different artists. I've had many perks and a lot of fun with that.
After years of touring, she took a step back and shifted her focus.
But it was about 7 years ago I made a really big commitment because I love Bowling Green. I love the families, the parents and the grandparents. The enthusiasm for string education here is like a fire. I love that. So I have JW Music Studios. That's my big commitment, to be here more days of the week. So I started traveling less and just not pursuing that. When I see those children walk into my studio and they're starting a new hobby, they're learning how to play the violin, they're learning how to read music, they're learning how to fiddle, and they're having fun with it, and they're enjoying it, and it's such a healthy activity that's hugely rewarding. And so if I can inspire any children to think about, hey, I want to become my best, I want to get my degree in music and find my own voice in it, absolutely, that would thrill me more than anything in the whole world.